Candid Chrisey here, everybody. I'm here today to bring you my daily concern. I just got done eating, so I got some stuff off up in my teeth. Make sure we got that out of the way. I got a few things on my mind today. I think the topic of this is going to be forgiveness. It's going to be about making excuses. And it's going to be about if you had 5 more minutes. And we're going to talk about the dash. Okay? First thing, if you are not happy in your situation, or if your life is not going the way you want it to, you have got to get up and make a change in it. Nobody else is going to be able to do it for you but you. You know, I'm so sick and damn tired of everybody whining and damn crying that, oh, this and this, and oh, my life this, and oh, I'm gonna commit suicide, and I'm gonna this, and I'm gonna that. One thing, probably, you need to stop drugs. All right? You know, I have people that call me sometime for advice, and you know, when I ask them, well, are you still using? And then they'll tell me, yeah, I'm using. I'm like, well, that's your first problem. But they want to throw that but in there. No, there ain't no damn buts. Lay the meth pipe down. Lay the crack pipe down. Lay the marijuana down. Lay your shit down. My addiction is Newports. I'm eventually one day going to lay them down. But if that is interfering with you to be able to keep a job, take care of your kids, you're making you so goddamn miserable that you don't want to wake up every day, it's time for you to lay it down. Oh, you don't know my circumstances. I don't have to know your circumstances. Most of the time I do know your circumstances when you're calling and talking to me. Or when you hit me up and I'm talking to you. I know your circumstances. And I know everybody ain't been raised the same. And I know everybody ain't instilled with the same heart and drive and blood as each other is. But I'm going to tell you, I am living proof that if you want to make a change, you can make a change. You know, I mean, I was abused by my mother, physically abused, from time I can remember I was 4 till I got too big that she couldn't do that to me no more. My daddy was just as verbally abusive as my mama was physically abusive. I had a brother that was murdered when I was 12. I got pregnant at 16. I got married at 17. That marriage dissolved. It ended in reconcilable differences. Whatever you want to call it. You know, I mean, I was wrong. He was wrong. We were young. It's for my first part of the message of forgiveness is going to come in right here. You have to get to a point inside of you that you forgive people not for them. You're forgiving them for you. The boy that murdered my brother is scheduled to be released any day now. We're waiting for a letter from the Georgia Department of Corrections to tell us that he's getting released. We were told in March that they see fit to parole him. And it's something I've got to deal with and I got to live with. I do not hate that man. I forgive that man. But that does not mean I have to like what he did. I pray that he has taken his almost 28 years in prison and that it has not institutionalized him and that he can get out and that he can do good into this world. I pray that he can maybe stop another young person from making the same mistakes that he did. I don't pray for his demise. I don't want him to mess up again. Me wanting him to mess up again, that's putting another family through what my family went through. That's crazy. Why do that? Change your energy. Change your mind thought. When negative things happen, find the positive in it. You know, like I say, I was back to my mom and my daddy. They were good people, don't get it twisted, but they were crazy as hell, both of them. I came from 2 sets of different kinds of crazy. And you know what I try to do? I try to take those negative parts, and it's been a struggle for me my whole life. It has been a struggle. I ain't been graceful. I ain't been perfect. I I take the best parts of them and I try to incorporate that into who I want me to be. The ex-husband thing, I forgive him. I forgive him. You know, we won't go off into all who was wrong or what was wrong. We both were wrong. We both were young. And I forgive him. But most importantly, I forgive me. I forgive me. If you can ever get to the part to where you can get past all the hurt and all the pain and all the anger, it's grieving. It's sort of like you have to grieve the old you. You grieve that old person and you pick all them pieces back up and you build yourself back up again. It can be done. But you've got to let things go. And you've got to let people go. And you have to, most importantly, let God can. You know? You have got to enroot yourself into a higher power, into a higher being. Faith, biggest word. Grace, greater word. You know? we're going to talk about the dash. The dash. You know, when we're born, we got a born date. And when you die, you got that death date. Well, what you done in your dash? That's what's most important. What's that person that's going to be standing up there talking over your dead body? What you did in that dash is what is important. Your mom and daddy had you when you was a baby. And when you die, you can die alone. You can die with somebody holding your hand. You can die with all your family members around you crying. But the most important thing is, what did you do in that dash? What did you do? Do you want your dash to be nothing? A waste of time? Or do you want your dash to be something that meant something? That you touched people, that you helped people, that you were in the gutter. But you made it out of the gutter. You changed things. You changed society. You helped society. You broke the cycle. The opportunity's out there, people. You have got to get up and get it in your mind to change things. Change your surroundings. Change your heart. It's a daily battle for me every day to get up and do something. I ain't even gonna lie. It's just easier for me to lay on the couch and play on my phone and waller in my misery. It is. It is so much easier. You know, I've been on drugs. It's easier to sit and think, I've been worthless. Hell, I've had when I wasn't married, I was having sex out of marriage. Lived with people before. That it all don't matter. It matters that you can have done that stuff, but you can change and you can and be different. You can look different. You can look at life different. Find the positive in the negatives. That's what's most important. Ridden negativity. Negativity is Satan's playground. He's going to play games in your mind. He's going to tell you every day that you did this or you did that or you can't do that. Well, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You can do that. You are capable of doing more than what your mind will let you do. And I'm a true believer in that. The 5 minutes part. If I have 5 minutes, 5 more minutes now. I thought about that. What would I do if I had 5 more minutes with my daddy? I wouldn't have spent it fighting with him. I wouldn't have spent it being mad at him for him trying to save me for something that, he knew I was headed down the wrong path. My daddy wasn't perfect. My daddy was not perfect, but you want more for your kids than what you had. Or you want a better life, or you're supposed to. You're supposed to want more for your children than what you had. Okay? You were and he was trying to save me from myself. That's what he was trying to do. And I had to forgive myself. If I had 5 minutes, though, I would do that over. That would be my do-over. I would love my daddy more. Yep. I made up through that with my mama. I was able to be fortunate enough that I learned that lesson in that situation. You know, we worry about superficial stuff. We worry about, do we got what kind of cars we're driving, or if our fingernails are done up, or what kind of purse we're carrying, or what kind of makeup you've got on. Have you worried about planning your funeral and paying for your funeral so your kids don't have to do that? So your kids don't have to take up a collection plate to bury you or cremate you. Cremation's really the cheapest way to go. That's the way I'm going to go. It's just easier that way. The worst thing is if a person dies and you don't have no way of burying them. Stop worrying about superficial stuff and start worrying about the real stuff, people. Because I'm going to tell you what, people be like, oh, well, let's not talk about death. Oh, my God. It's, don't talk. Why not? It's going to happen. It's inevitable. We are all going to die. Just like we was all born one day, we all going to expire. Every living thing has an expiration date. The question is are you ready to go, and how is it going to be when you go? And who is going to have to pay for it when you're gone? That's the thing. You know, find you a funeral home and get you a little payment plan and start paying on that stuff so somebody don't have to do it for you. Now let's talk about grown kids. Grown kids living off their parents, or grown men or grown women living off of a woman or a man. Yes, my husband takes care of me. He does. I don't live off him though, because I pay for that dearly on a daily basis. I cook, I clean, I keep up with his stuff. I do my part. Chrissy does her part. So when you're in a marriage like that, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about men or women that want to lay up on a man and ain't going to do nothing. Mostly it's men. Most of the time it's usually a man that wants a woman to support them. That wants to lay up on their baby mama or lay up on your girlfriend and have them support you. That ain't how this works. That is not how it's supposed to work. And a woman, if you're allowing that to happen and you're crazy as the damn day is long. Because I'm going to tell you what. I guess I'm a little old-fashioned. I still believe that a man is supposed to take care of home. That's right. There is still a woman's place in this world, and there is a man's place in this world. I'll take the trash out the trash can, but I'm not taking the trash to the dumpster. It ain't my place. If you're living on your own and you're choosing to live on your own, then that's how you do it. But you got grown kids, and them grown kids living off you and ain't doing a damn thing. Ain't paying no bills, ain't wanting to do nothing around that house, and you ain't doing nothing to change it. It ain't the kids that's wrong. It's you that's wrong. Because we're going back to, you need to raise your kids to be able to be self-sufficient. What's going to happen the day you die? Them kids ain't going to know what the hell to do. They ain't going to know what to do to how to make it on their own. Because we're not raising our kids that way no more. We're cuddling them and we're babying them and we're doing homework for them and we're doing everything for them anymore. Kids, yeah, I know it's true. You don't never truly get rid of your kids. I'm not saying don't help your kids. I ain't saying not help them. You always help your kids. But you do not want your kids to depend on, well, mama will take care of it or daddy will take care of it, because I was one of those. I didn't pay my insurance for a long time because I knew daddy would pay it. I didn't do a lot of things for a long time because I knew mama would pay it. But I'm going to tell you, one day you're going to wake up and your mama and your daddy ain't going to be here no more, and you're going to be the one having to pay it, and it's going to be a rude damn awakening when that day comes and you don't know what to do on your own. You need to start learning how to pay bills. What bills are. Stop spending on frivolous stuff, eating out all the time. Start cooking. Go to the grocery store, write you a grocery list, buy you some groceries and cook. You don't have to eat out all the damn time. Most people waste their money on stopping in the morning at the gas station and getting a donut or a drink, and then at lunchtime getting them something to eat, and then on the way home getting them something to eat, and then stopping again and get the gas station. You're wasting your paycheck doing that crazy stuff right there. That is just, it's insane. Get you a Sam's Club membership and buy up your Gatorades, buy up your energy drinks, buy up stuff. Have that stuff at home. It's cheaper. Stop going to the gas station. Be sitting here, I ain't got no money. Well, you've wasted your shit. I can't help that you don't know how to budget. Budgeting, easy. You know what you make. You know what it costs to live, what you're having to pay to live. You can't waste more than that. You gotta be able to live on whatever your paycheck lasts on. It's crazy. I know. Well, who are you to talk? Because I've lived it. Because I've done it. Because I've learned and I've grown from it. I ain't saying we can't make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But the greatest mistake is the best lesson learned. Stop crying about stuff. Stop wallowing in self-pity. Stop making excuses. Get up and change things. You get up and you change things. I'm telling you, people. It's so much negativity. If you just sit around and it's just negative, then that's all it's going to be. It's going to come out of you, and a person can feel it when you walk in the room. Negativity. You know? I am far from perfect. And I don't claim to be perfect. But I know every day Chrissy works on something a little different to make Chrissy better. It's like Michael Jackson said, you start with the man in the mirror. The man in the mirror is where you start. You'll be the first one to want to sweep on somebody else's doorstep before you sweep your own off. If you don't know what that means you'll sit and talk shit about somebody else before you'll sweep your doorstep off, before you'll talk shit about yourself. I don't got no problem talking crap about me. I'm an open book. I tell you. I am imperfect. I don't got it all figured out still. I don't. Every day is going to be a new day. But I do know one thing. I know today I'm up. Today I'm feeling good again. And if you'll just make that first step, get up and get it going, that's all it takes. But if you're going to stay in your same surroundings and expect somebody else to do it for you, somebody else to get out and bring it to you, somebody else to pay for it for you, and then you're just going to go waste your money on whatever the hell you want to. Now, that ain't how it works. You always going to be stuck in that. You're going to be in self-doubt. You're going to have insecurity issues. That is not how it is meant to be. That ain't how it's meant to be. If you're more worried about when you get off work where your meth, or hell, you probably don't even work if you own meth. But if you're more worried about where your drugs is coming from, than if you're going to pay your light bill, or you going to pay your water bill, or if you're going to have groceries, then you got some inner issues that you need to be working out. Your car insurance and worrying about your kids. Oh, well, I'm not going to worry about that because, I'll go here and get that took care of, or I'll go there and no, that ain't how it works. You supposed to take care of that. If you laying down having babies, you supposed to take care of them. You are supposed to take care of your children if you laying down and you having them. Now, if you can't take care of them, then close your damn legs and stop having babies. I had one at 16 and I learned my lesson the hard way. I didn't have no farm full of them. I'm blessed to have a stepdaughter. So me and my husband together, we got the boy and we got the girl, and the boy's the oldest. And I got my god baby that I do not mind helping with, because her grandmama is raising her as her own. That is her mama. And there is nothing that those two could ask me to do that I would not do for them. I'd kill for them. And I put that on my mama and my daddy's grave. If you would start helping others, stop looking at you all the time, and start looking outside sometimes in a good way. Not be all about you or what's just about you. Start thinking about what about others, the good for others. Not just negativity. Not just negativity, people. I'm telling you, this world is going to hell in a handbasket. I'm still looking for a church. Me and Aaron are. We think we might find one we're going to just show up at. We've rode down 231 headed toward Tennessee. Lord, a million times go play our lottery. We go get our lottery tickets. And yesterday as we was riding through there, he said, "You ever noticed that church over there before?" And I said, "Well, no, I ain't." And he said, "Well, what you think?" I said, "Well, we can roll up in there on Sunday if you want to. We'll check it out." He said, "Well, we'll just bust up in there like, look who's coming to supper or dinner." I said, "Well, Sidney Portier, let's go." I guess that just call me Bonnie and Clyde. I mean, what, I'm with it, you know. But that's just been, that today, this stuff's been eating me up. But the forgiveness part is the most important thing. You do not forgive people for those people. You forgive for yourself. But the most important thing is forgiving yourself. You forgive yourself. Because if you forgive somebody and you ain't forgiving yourself if you've wronged, then it still ain't doing you no good. It still ain't doing you no good. So I want everybody today to take what I've said. You can like it, you can lump it, you can not like it, but I'm telling you, it's the truth. It's my truth anyway. You know? I mean, you can come from bad situations and you can change it. You can have been born into two addicts that didn't ever raise you with anything. And you can decide to break that cycle. Or you can choose to use that as an excuse to continue to do the same shit that they did. You can come from two crazies like I came from two crazies. And you can still do good. You know, I love my mom and daddy now. Don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to knock them in any kind of way. My mom and daddy did the best they knew how to do with me. Now, I was my daddy's only child and I was my mama's fourth child. And, you know, you don't get to pick who your mom and daddy is. And when people have kids, they do the best they know how to do with them. My mom and daddy did a pretty good job with me. I will give them that. I wish I'd had a little more supervision. I wish somebody would have pushed me a little more. I wish that when I did get pregnant at 16, that people wouldn't have made me feel like my life was over. I probably would have done a little more something now than being 40 and doing it. You know. But there we go. That's excuses. I'm not holding that against nobody. You know, you sometimes too, when you've had a perfect world, you got to look out and you got to realize there is a gray area. It ain't just black or just white. There is a middle area that is gray. Everybody's circumstances is going to determine what kind of person they're going to end up to be. And that person's individuality is going to determine what they are going to end up doing or not doing with their lives. And you are the one that holds the key to what your future is. If you continually see going to the county jail week after week after week after week because you ain't paying your fines or because you're failing drug tests, well, stop doing the drugs, get you a job, and start paying your damn fines. And guess what? You'll stop going to the county jail. Oh, well, the system's rigged against us. Well, yeah, if you're breaking the law, the system is rigged against you. If you are a felon, you ain't got to continue to sell drugs to make a fucking living. Excuse my language, but that's the only way I know how to say it. Because there are people that hire felons. There are people that give people a chance. But you've got to want to break that. That is a mentality that you have got to want to stop. You're going to have to go and earn that money, working your butt off like everybody else does. Instead of quick, easy, fast money. But there are places that will hire you. It may not be in your surroundings. You may have to uproot and move away and get you a fresh start. Leave the old behind and start anew. But it can be done. It's done every day. People do it every day. It's so easy for us, though, to sit and we make excuses. And making excuses don't get you nowhere. It does not get you nowhere. Now, I'm just here to tell you. So that was my main thing. Forgiveness. Forgiving other people. Forgiving you. The dash. People getting up and changing your circumstances. And if I had 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. So, Candid Chrisey, that's her message today. I'm glad to finally get that off my chest because, Lord, it's been eating me up all evening. I just needed to get it said and get it done. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. And like I said, you can either like it or leave it. I really don't care either way because Chrisey is going to, as long as the good Lord sees fit, I'm going to breathe tomorrow. Regardless of who likes me or who don't. I don't care. I don't care to share my stories. And I don't care to tell my truths. And that's just the truth. I'll tell as much on me as I will the next one because my list of shortcomings is just as long, as bad as the other ones are. It's just what you gonna do tomorrow. It don't matter what you did today. If the Lord sees fit for tomorrow to come for you, how are you gonna deal with that? And what are you gonna do? Now, everybody, y'all have a blessed night. And thank you for viewing. And I love each and one of you. And Candid Chrisey is signing off. Peace out. Mwah.